chicken. It's the Raggy dolls.
Raggy dolls.
Raggy dolls.
Raggy dolls.
Dolls like you and me. Raggy dolls.
Raggy dolls.
Raggy dolls.
Raggy dolls.
Made him perfectly. So if you got a bump on your nose or lumps on your toes, do not despair. Be like the Raggy dolls and say I just don't care. 'Cause Raggy dolls,
Raggy dolls.
Raggy dolls,
Raggy dolls.
are happy just to be Raggy dolls, Raggy dolls, dolls like you and me.
One winter's night, it was very cold in Mr. Grimes' toy factory. It was so cold that it turned all the Raggy dolls' noses blue.
Oh, heck, I'm shivering so much,
Said Lucy.
I think my legs are going to drop off.
Well, when's it going to get warmer? Asked Hi-Fi. Never, said Sad Sack gloomily. It'll be winter forever and ever and ever.
Don't be silly,
Said Dotty.
let's do some exercises to keep ourselves warm. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All this exercise is making me dizzy, thought Sad Sack. Back in the factory, Claude made the Raggy dolls some hot chocolate. I suppose I feel a bit better, admitted Sad Sack. But my nose is still blue. Let's make ourselves hot water bottles and go to bed, suggested Back to Front. All the Raggy dolls agreed that that was a good idea. So Lucy counted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hot water bottles.
Then they all settled down for the night, except Hi-Fi, who wanted to see if he could hear any aeroplanes in the sky. Sometimes he could hear pilots talking to control as they came into land. It was very exciting.
Come to bed.
Called Dotty crossly. But Hi-Fi was listening hard. Shh! He cried suddenly.
What is it?
Whispered Lucy.
I can hear something. A strange noise,
Said Hi-Fi. Huh, it's called silence, said Back to Front. You're so used to having headphones on, you've forgotten what it sounds like without them. But Hi-Fi went on listening. And now they could all hear something.
I picked it up when it was far away,
Said Hi-Fi.
Is it a dragon?
Whispered Lucy.
Of course not.
Snapped Dotty.
It sounds like the donkey up the lane,
Said Princess.
No, not loud enough.
It is the horn of the motor car,
Said Claude. I don't think so.
Shh, shh. It's a goose honking, that's what it is,
Said Hi-Fi.
A goose in distress,
Agreed Dotty.
Raggy dolls to the rescue,
Cried Hi-Fi. And forgetting all about the cold, the Raggy dolls rushed out into the night to look for the goose. The moon was full and it was almost as bright as day,
It's a bit spooky,
said Lucy. No problem. You can hold my hand, said Back to Front. That way, neither of us will be scared,
Can anyone see the goose?
asked Dotty. The honking was growing fainter, as if the poor bird was losing heart. Shh, said Hi-Fi again. He twiddled a knob on his headphones and listened harder than ever.
That way.
He cried, pointing to a gate that led into a ploughed field.
Attendez! Attendez! Over there!
Cried Claude. And there was a white shape far away in the middle of the field.
It's the goose.
Exclaimed Dotty.
Be careful,
Warned Lucy.
it might bite.
But there was no danger of that. The great bird lay in a heap with its eyes shut, quite exhausted.
It's not a goose,
Said Back to Front.
it's a swan.
Poor thing,
Said Lucy.
it looks worn out. You people were worn out too if you'd flown all the way from Siberia, said Hi-Fi.
Siberia? Where's that? Asked Sad Sack.
Dotty explained. Siberia is in Russia. Every winter, swans fly all the way from Siberia to England, where it's warmer.
Sad Sack felt the tip of his freezing cold blue nose and decided he didn't understand swans at all. Warmer, he thought. I don't call this warm. I call this freezing.
Oh, look, said Lucy. Its feet are all covered in mud.
It must have been looking for food and got stuck, said Back to Front.
It's exhausted. Whatever shall we do?
Cried Princess.
Save it, of course, said Dotty. Fetch a blanket, someone.
It was hard work rolling the swan over onto the blanket. Its feet had become frozen in the mud. Back to Front took out a screwdriver from his overalls pocket and chipped away at the frozen mud while the others pushed.
1, 2, 3, heave,
said Dotty.
1, 2, 3, heave.
At last, the swan was on the blanket.
No, now we must get it to the pond,
Said Hi-Fi. That was even harder, and when they got there, the pond was frozen too.
Gore,
said Back to Front. It's so strong I can stand on it.
Careful, Back to Front. You should never walk on ice until you've tested it with something.
Voila, a stone,
Said Claude.
that is what is needed. Back to front, stand clear.
Claude threw the stone as hard as he could. The ice splintered like broken glass. The noise woke the ducks, who were sleeping amongst the frozen reeds.
Wah, what's happening? Wah, a fox, help, hide, quick, wah, quick, wah.
They squawked. But when they saw the Raggy Dolls and the poor white swan, they changed their tune.
Wah, how can we help? Wah.
Dotty told them what was needed, and in no time the ducks had tapped round the hole with their beaks, making it bigger. Then Claude took off his scarf and dipped it in the icy cold water. Very carefully, he wiped the mud from the swan's feet.
Et voila, now he should be able to fly again.
Well done, Claude, said Dotty. But I'm afraid your scarf is ruined. Never mind,
said Lucy kindly.
I'll wash it for you. We ought to give it something to heat,
said Princess. Yeah, but what? Asked Back to Front. I've got a stale bun, said Sad Sack.
That'll do nicely,
said Dotty. Princess softened the bun with water, and Hi-Fi pushed the crumbs into the swan's beak. It was a real team effort. After a while, the swan began to eat, but its eyes were still shut.
Quack, quack. We'll watch over it,
said the ducks. So the Raggy Dolls crept home to bed. They were very tired and didn't wake up till late next morning.
Allez, allez, wake up, mes amis, cried Claude. I will make you a nice hot breakfast with the eggs and bacon.
Let's go and see how that swan is getting on, said Hi-Fi. But before we have breakfast... Good thinking,
agreed Dotty. I suppose it is a good idea, thought Sad Sack, even though he was hungry. When they reached the pond, they found that the hole had frozen over again in the night, and the great white swan had gone. There was just the blanket left on the cold, frosty ground. But on the blanket, the Raggy Dolls saw 7 beautiful feathers, as if the swan wanted to say, "Thank you, Lucy, Hi-Fi, Back to Front, Dotty, Princess, Claude, and Sad Sack, for saving my life on a cold winter's night."
It's not much of a life when you're just a pretty face. Just to be whoever you are is no disgrace. Look around and you will find people of every kind, like the Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls,
Raggy Dolls.
dolls like you and me. Raggy doll,
Raggy doll,
Raggy doll,
Raggy doll.
made him perfectly. So if you're not at ease with your knobbly knees and your fingers are all fussed, stand on your two left feet and join our Raggy doll chums. 'Cause Raggy dolls,
Raggy dolls,
Raggy dolls
Raggy
are
dolls.
happy just to be Raggy dolls, Raggy dolls.